And for me, that's just a good sign that we have a whole bunch of kind of, Bitcoin hodler. Bitcoin hodler bedrock is nice and strong, which is what you want. Um, and I think the world perhaps is just waking up to the fact that it needs Bitcoin and Bitcoin. There's just lots of conversations which are happening, which end up encompassing Bitcoin. People talking about whatever, like they'll end up talking about, cryptocurrencies and then vis-a-vis Bitcoin. Um, so just for sort of what's the word? Not SEO, but like just not impact. What's the word? Oh, old brain. Um, but yeah, I just within the news cycle, there's lots of excuses to speak about Bitcoin, and I think the world is waking up to the fact that we really need this thing to exist. And I think as well, people are like subconsciously playing out or consciously playing out just the game theory of where currencies are kind of heading, and that for all these interests which don't want to use the US dollar and the petrodollar, um, that they may try and create a BRICS or whatever else, but none of the BRICS guys kind of trust each other. So if you play out the game theory, it's like Bitcoin kind of makes sense. Like just use Bitcoin. You don't want to use the US dollar, and ultimately you need something which is apolitical, and this thing works and it's tried and tested, and just use Bitcoin. So I kind of feel like the world is waking up to that. But then there has also been optimism, just generally the markets over the UK US deal.
I don't know if I'd wait for a return to normality anytime soon, Ben. It is good on the tariff deal. The fact that they've made a deal with the UK implies that they're not actually going to hold the tariffs off for 4 years or longer, which means that they were lying when they said they wanted to onshore manufacturing and that was never a goal, and that it was really just a way to shake down the other countries for allegedly a better percentage. In the UK deal, I think the UK got their side of the tariffs to go down from 10% to 3% so they can buy from the US. The US still has to pay a 10% luxury tax when buying from the UK, so it's not really that great a deal,
I
but I
don't
do
know. I
it
don't
is
know
a
if it.
deal.
I don't know
So
if it's. I don't know if it's related, but we had some oranges, and they were quite yummy oranges, delicious oranges. But then on the label for the oranges, it said not to be sold in the EU. And then it's like, why can't you sell them in the EU? And then there was a whole bunch of horrible chemicals on the skin of the orange, like pesticides. Um, and I guess, now we're Brexited, maybe we're a little bit more less regulated. We haven't got the EU regulations. And we had a whole bunch of like agricultural things trying to be pushed through Parliament in the UK.